top. He has the king title, so he's going to be looking to take that throne back from Luna.
Well, of course, Sandstorm was at one time the king of Brawlhalla, but now has to try to earn his title, like you said. And definitely no carryover to that Mirage. We've seen a couple of Teskas and Shells throughout this weekend, but so far none have managed to get that gold medal.
Now we are starting this one off on the Demon Island. I am really curious, like if there's anybody that I would like to see play Boots, it's like the dream is Sandstorm, but maybe the dream is going to end very quickly with the way Luna found that down signature and took away that stock in, you know, I didn't check the timer, but it was probably about 35 seconds, and he's still adding that damage up. Don't know what that side air was the other direction. Maybe it was just as a bait that Sandstorm could then move in on, and then all of a sudden Luna is out of recovery frames, and he starts throwing out even more attacks. So yeah, this is definitely one-sided for Luna so far.
Yeah, Luna looking real good. I mean, that single down signature was just so pivotal for giving him a lot of momentum. Taking his time, coming back up, Sandstorm again, back onto the boots. Generally, if you're going to be playing this shell, you're expecting to play those boots. Gets a nice three-piece to lead to the recovery, and Sandstorm going to tie up the stock count.
Now, if there's any player that I think could expand the boots meta and know all of the different like follow-up trees that you want to use after certain moves based on where your opponent goes, like that's Sandstorm. Even if he isn't necessarily the most diligent practicer, I don't actually know. Who knows? He might have been grinding this shell out here recently. But if there's anyone that I want to see them explore boots and figure out all of the choices that you can make and all of the minutia and things you do under a microscope, like Sandstorm is like one of those guys.
Yeah, he's really, really good at finding kind of that newness and then pushing it and finding all of the stuff that you can with it. Luna now struggling a little bit against Sandstorm's boots. Down light into the recovery, not going to quite KO.
That's going to be a little bit of Demon Island. That's going to be a little bit of Teska defense. But that's also going to be Luna picking that up when it's not in KO zone. But of course, you should still go for that there, because then you have the possible juggle options afterward. Maybe you try to go for something off the top. Maybe you go for a GC N-Sig. Maybe not on this map, but we've seen Luna do things like that in the past.
Oh man, Sandstorm is so good about hitting Nair into recovery. Like, he makes it look true, but he does end up hitting the true combo of downlight side air. Doesn't go for the active input. He wants that extra force, and now everything is evened up in game number one.
Sidelight into the side air, into the down air. Luna's finding good damage here, still has the lead. It's not as big as it was previously. Yet another down air and the GCD light into the side air. Luna's finding so much damage here. It's not going to be long before Sandstorm's in the red, especially after that neutral light. Oh, the turnaround, the dare came out when the side air probably would have been the actual connection that came out. Not sure if that was a misinput.
Ooh, throws away the Katars. It's going to be a GC down heavy. The disco on the corner gives Luna game number one, but fantastic damage build from the Blasters led to that moment.
And it did not take a lot of damage. So he built it, but he didn't have to build too much of it. He did 503 damage by the time everything was said and done. That is 167 2/3 damage average per stock when he's playing with a low strength legend on a map like Demon Island, where, I mean, who knows? If you're a Lucian player, you're gonna, it seems like the average Lucian player is gonna be KOing at 250 damage per stock with Blaster's side airs on the left or the right. So the fact that he was able to do that against Sandstorm was huge.
Yeah, I mean, definitely pretty efficient on the side of Luna. Again, 450 is kind of like that theoretical optimal, but when you get like under 600, when you're in like 450 to 600, this is generally pretty good. And putting out 503, definitely really well done from Luna. Threw out 4 signatures and hit 2 of them. One of them led to the KO. That initial stock was that Qatar down sig.
And that spiking ability of that down sig that hit on the left side, like that's one of the reasons his efficiency was so good. And that's something that like you kind of expect to see from a player like Luna when they're playing Lucian, is that down signature off stage. But we can see him now, like we did. We gave him a lot of admonishment during the Winter Championship for throwing those out way too often. He's totally controlled this Lucian gameplay, dude. This is a different Lucian It feels like a different Lucian than even we saw in the Winter Royale.
Dude, he is just leveling up time and time again. Like you said, it looks so much cleaner. Like, it looked like that was like a beta phase of the Lucian, even though it wasn't. And it won the Winter Royale, but it looked like this is just a cleaned up version, even more efficient, even more precise.
His blasters are so good. I love watching his blasters now. Nice D-Light into the side light. Knows he can pick that up at that super low damage. Sandstorm looking to end this stock if he can. He is disarmed, grabs the gauntlets over. Nice dodge to get through that side light. The second side light's contact gives Luna the room to grab the guitars. Still on his first stock, and that neutral signature almost took Sandstorm. Ooh, that's where we're talking about that neutral air to that turnaround recovery. That is not a true option, like you said, even though Sandstorm seems to make it look that way.
And now he's over to the boots again. He got the KO, but Luna with the haymaker. Bro, that's Lucian. Even though he's going into the strength stance, that's still not a strong character. I'm surprised that haymaker KO'd, but now Luna with a full stock advantage.
And that's going to be partially off the back of him having higher movement speed. So he's able to stick basically on top of Sandstorm as they were both running to the left side of the stage. You didn't have to worry about chasing down a faster character where the unarmed side heavy, if he doesn't throw it out at the right time, that doesn't have a lot of range on it. Oh my gosh, dude, these gauntlets for these guitars, man. He's so good at both of these weapons.
He's making Sandstorm run the gauntlet, gets the downlight, but the weapon toss interrupts the follow-up. Sandstorm gonna get the side air, but so much damage has been done. Luna just has to find a recovery, but Sandstorm at least brings this back to final stocks.
Luna knows that it's past 4 Central. He knows my cat is hungry, and he is trying to end this one as quickly as possible for little Joe here. And he's doing a great job so far. Even though he's kind of getting pieced up by Sandstorm right now, it's still going to take quite a bit, and that's all it was going to take for Luna to end this one. The D-Light into the side air, now up 2-0, 577 damage, even without the D-Sig. Still, pretty solid KO efficient.
Yeah, looking so solid. I love that pickup off the weapon toss. Just great recognition of the situation there. And of course, that haymaker to get that second stock. Man, now you're seeing that clip, the guitars, the reset. Oh, if only that weapon toss hit. You know he was looking for extra.
And he only took 410. That's not very much damage whatsoever. I think the average damage per engagement was like 41, did it say?
Yeah, 41.
Yeah, 41 for Luna. That's so high. Because even on Sandstorm, you think about the string potential that boots have, and like Sandstorm was showing a pretty good bit of it. He still only did 34 per engagement. 7 damage difference. Every single engagement is huge.
Well, now Sandstorm is swapping back to the character that he played to get to this position. The character that was expected to start this one off, the Mirage. We'll see how well it does. No carryover to the Shell, but he's hoping that this will be the response, the answer to the Lucian from Luna.
Guitars coming in, not struggling too much with the range that Sandstorm has with his spear. Now he's starting to struggle a little bit. Back-to-back neutral lights, trying to get in, and he is just completely zoned out.
The spacing. Downsig does get him onto the stage, but Sandstorm does punish him for landing back down. Now over to the blasters. He was able to put up so much damage with the blasters in the last one.
Nice dare, turning that one around, expecting Sandstorm to come through him. What? Oh, whoa, huh?
Yes.
What? He didn't punish that? That's crazy. We're talking about Sandstorm here.
No, but tournament nerves hits everyone. Downlight, side air, and Luna gets the initial stock here in game number 3.
He makes me want to play Lucian so bad.
Do it.
And I have not felt that feeling in like a very, very, very long time, if ever.
Dude, the creativity he's got there too. He went for that up toss, hits Sandstorm unarmed, and then picks up the weapon toss. Sandstorm does pick up the downsig. He's going to keep this one close. He's still fighting for his upper bracket life here.
That side air had to be a misinput because there's no way a player as good as Luna would side air in the other direction like that. I'm going to chalk that one up to misinput for sure, because if it would have gone to the right, it would have hit, and he would have gotten hit by that D-Sig from Sandstorm.
It's definitely possible that like the fact that he's a controller player could be part of why that's happening, right? Because like the stick, when you flick really quickly, sometimes it like bounces back. But right now, Sandstorm sweat beating on the left side, still manages to touch down, but he is already in the red, and a side air will put him down to his final stock here.
And controller makers make a good D-pad and stick controller that isn't like $6,000. Difficulty impossible.
Very true. Oh, nice two-piece. Sandstorm just trying to find a hit here. He's actually really taking his time picking when to attack. Not seeing that big momentum that we've seen from Sandstorm in the past, and he's back over to the spear.
Weapon spawn coming on stage is going to favor Sandstorm.
Ooh.
That side sig is going to be interrupted. He still has complete weapon control here. Believe the next weapon spawn for, yeah, it is the blasters from Luna. There's the D-Light into the recovery, not going to KO.
Downlight side air.
D-Light side air. Being very careful to get back on stage. Still is outputting so much damage before being taken out. That is likely going to do it. Yes, you see the sweat beads coming out. He got hit with the down air. He got hit with the weapon toss. And that's all she wrote for that second stock. But he's still coming in fresh on his final. Going to be looking for a weapon spawn. Picks up the tars.
Sandstorm with the scythe now. Just a single hit. This time was expecting the dodge, but Luna didn't give it to him. Caught the dodge there.
Okay. Sandstorm. He's starting to fight this one back, finding good damage until that right there. And Luna is going to take that one with the neutral signature, 586 damage. It was looking a little bit rough there towards the end. Not sure if we were going to get that Sandstorm comeback factor, but no, again, this is a different Lucian than we saw at the Winter Championship. This is a different Lucian than we even